In addition to the board members who you'll be hearing from, we have our advisory board represented here today. And I think we have maybe all but one. I spoke to Ed Osborne already. I'd like, Ed, would you stand? Selma Karras, Katie Lawley, Tamara Rank. Tamara's not going to be on active duty too much longer. Is Brandy Williams here? But these individuals are working hand in glove with Anatoly to make sure we steer the right course moving forward. Thank you all for your support of the foundation. Laura McGuire asked me what the disc was on the table. That's yours to take home, and what that is 2 weeks ago, Anatoly and I had the pleasure of speaking at the semi-annual State Economic Development Conference here in Colorado Springs, and we did a breakout session on the economic driver that this foundation can be on behalf of any community that internalizes it, and that's yours. I haven't seen it, so please don't hold us accountable for anything we said. I haven't had a chance to edit it, but it's out there now, so it's just too late. Another person I want to acknowledge is Tom James. When we went from Jim's office, I told Anatoly, if Jim likes this, we're going to walk across the street and get the best individual we know to do the incorporation of our 501c3, and that's Tom James. Tom, without your leadership, we wouldn't be where we are. Thank you very much. We're honored. With that in mind, an individual that has held my fiscal fate and that of my wife in her hands for over 20 years is Teresa White. Teresa is up here from San Antonio. She's on our board of directors as our chief investment officer, and it's my honor to turn the microphone over to her. Teresa.
Good afternoon. In my early career, I'm a granny now, so I've had more than one. But in my early career, I had the unique blessing of being a teacher. And I was a teacher in what at that time was a very novel concept. It was a Montessori school. And when I went to work every day, I was always amazed because here were people that when you came in the door, they all came running to hug you and kiss you. And then at the end of the month, you got a check for that. It was wonderful. So it's very difficult for me to leave teaching and move on from there. But let me just ask you a question, because I think this is a pivotal point in all the discussions that are going to come out of this meeting today. And that is looking back on your own education experience. Was there a single course? Was there a single teacher? A single moment where something really lit inside of you, the passion for what you were learning? Anybody who had that, can remember that distinctly, please raise your hand. Very small number. What amazed me about watching these children learn the Montessori method, as it was called back then, is how engaged they were in the process. No one was giving them, we had a curriculum. It was kind of loosey-goosey, but it was a curriculum, and we had to make sure that they had to pass their minimum standard test in all these different subject areas, even if all they wanted to study was math or art. So we were able to cultivate that natural inclination and ability and then round it out, because that's what we were required to do. But we didn't stifle the excited side. We didn't stifle that, we encouraged it. And then taught them the process that in order to be, an employable adult, you have to have all these other subject areas too. And they more or less would like, oh, okay, I'll do it. If I have to do that to go to art or to go to math, okay, I'll do it. So there was always the carrot, the thing that was fun. I would go anywhere to follow Dave Centane. He's one of the people that I admire most in all the world. So when he asked me to come and be part of this, I was very intrigued. But when I walked into that school in Carmel, and I saw a communications major teaching physics to a group of the community's most underprivileged kids, and they were on their feet with their hands in the air, competing to have the teacher call on them to answer the question. They were excited. And if we don't have excitement, we're not going to train these kids how to go out and work their passion. Everybody's got to have a passion and a vision and a mission, right? They don't have it, and they're not learning it. So they need more than fundamental skills. That's an important life skill. And I was just absolutely amazed at what I saw. and to now see the progress reports on the grades. I think we have a unique tool. Yes, it's terribly important to be able to teach the fundamentals of math and science at an earlier level. I think we found something that maybe gives them back their spark and that discovery of learning that is so critical to helping them be all that they are. So I just want to encourage you as you listen to the speakers today. I hope you take your CD home and DVD and view it, and you call back and you ask questions and you try to really make this a learning experience. Because I think everybody, you're invited here for a reason. I think everybody has a part to play in this. We all care about our country. We care about our communities and their economic development. We care about our families. We care about our kids. And I believe that this is a tool that literally can help bridge the gap between the terrible underachievement problem that we just ended up with in education. It's not really anybody's fault. We've got a lot of dedicated teachers. We put lots and lots of money into it, but we're not doing it right. If we were doing it right, it'd be working, right? It'd be working. So we have an opportunity here to be able to bridge this gap between kids who desperately want to learn. They're every bit as human as anybody else. They want to achieve. They want a better life. And the companies over here that have the jobs open that want to employ them. And there's this chasm in between. So it's up to us to find the bridge to cover that chasm. So I thank you today.